So you're here because you want to make friends. Well, guess what? Because it's the mediocre mind trap and we need to get out of mediocrity. So I go extra. I go harder than that. So not only am I going to talk about how to get friends, but I'm going to talk about how to keep them, how to flourish them, and how to pick out the bad ones from the good ones. We're going to cover quite a big area in such a short time. So I hope you're ready. Let's go. Hello, welcome back to the Mediocre Mind Trap. My name's Marcus. So we'll get straight in and I'll teach you how to get friends, find them in different places and things like that, okay? It can be very hard to find friends when you're a bit older. That's why it's so crucial to find them when you're young so you can build these massive relationships that are rock solid. You know that they have your back and you know you've got their back. But like I always say, if you're older, you will find some nuggets in here that will help you. So one of the biggest mistakes you can do is say that you have no friends, but all you do is go home, lock yourself in your room and become an introvert. That's not going to find friends. Okay, online friends, yes, but not people that you can actually go out with and have fun with. And that's what we're talking about here. They're the friends we're talking about. Although one of my mates has a really good relationship with a guy he never met. He got invited to the wedding. He went to Sweden and had the best time of his life. He said it was so bizarre because he had been friends with him for years, but they had never met. Pretty powerful stuff. So I'm just going to be brutally honest. You have to do more. You can't be lazy. You have to go out and do more stuff to find friends. So find out what you're interested in and make it into a new habit. You can kill two birds with one stone here. You can get a new habit or hobby and you can make friends in the process. What are you interested in? What do you like doing? Is there a group? Are you into music? Are you into gaming? Are you into the gym? What you're into and what you like determines where you can find these people. It's easy as going to the gym and you see the guy who's always in there. You get to that nod stage where you're like, every day. Then you get to saying all right to him. And then you can push it a bit further and say, can I jump in on your session with you today? That simple switch of just asking him that could be a good friendship brewing. It's all about having the balls to be the first person to go up to someone because everyone wants to be friendly. We live in a world, especially after COVID, that we're all kind of anxious and scared to meet people. We've had it drilled into us a couple of years, and I think that had big side effects and why people don't have friends anymore. So that's a really cool tip for you. Find what you're interested in, go to them places. What people do you like to hang out with? If they're people that like to read books and things like that, you might find them in a library. You might go on a course. When I was 17, I learned how to use a forklift. It was a course that I had to go on. And I met some friends in there. I still talk to one of them just by going on that course, just by having that same experience. Another one, there's a time I got caught speeding and I went on the speed awareness course and I made a friend through that. But I'm not recommending that one, okay? That cost me a bit of money. Point is, there's so many things to do in the world. There's so many people in the world. And there's you. You have the chance to be friends with as many as you want. Here's another tip for you. Make sure you find people so you feel more inexperienced and dumb. Okay, you need to be the dumb one out of the two. Because if you're the dumb one out of the two, all he's going to do, or she, is going to elevate you. If you find that friend who you're here and they're there, all you're going to do is get your energy sucked out of you. Either meet them level or you want to be growing with that person. That simple. Another easy way to find friends is look at the people you work with. Find out their hobbies. Talk to more people. I literally talk to everyone at work. And I know loads of things about different people. I'm like a social chameleon. I can talk to so many different types of people about so many different topics because I'm generally interested in them and I put my time into them. And what I get back is friendship. Like it's almost alien nowadays for people to go up to people and be like, oh, what did you do at the weekend? They tell you what they did at the weekend and then you can elaborate on that. The next time someone asks you, how was your weekend? Don't just say, yeah, it was all right. There's a little tip called threading, okay? And it's how you thread conversation. Now I'm going to make another YouTube on it. I'll just tell you the premise of it now. You come up to me and you say, how was your weekend? And I'm like, yeah, it was all right. Went too quick though. How was yours? Yeah, it was all right, blah, blah, blah. You stop talking, you walk off, right? Threading is where you ask me again, how was your weekend? Oh, it was good. I went paddleboarding on the lake. It was really good. You might spark so many more questions for them to conversate in. Oh, really? I've never been paddleboarding. Oh, you should come sometime. Bam. Now you've got quality time with that one person that could potentially be a best friend. Another tip, people like to talk about themselves a lot. And now this is within dating. This is within friendships. This is just humanity. Most people have the spotlight syndrome where they think that the whole world revolves around them. And it's just the way it is. Like everyone else is an NPC just walking about. Although that's the thing right now. Ice cream is good. Fuck off. Another little tip for you. Most people like talking about themselves. So make sure you're not one of them that does that. Because if you meet someone and all they're talking about is how they're better at this and how they do this and how they do that, you're not going to want to be friends with them, are you? So keep that in mind. You have to bring value to that person as much as they bring value to you. Now, if you're stuck indoors and you can't find friends going out and doing hobbies, which I think is probably the best one you can do, because like I said, you can get another habit. And if you're not in the office to work or you don't work, how about your school friends or your uni friends or your college friends? Now, I will tell you, half of your school friends you will lose. It's just a part of growing up. And the people who are older watching this, you'll already know this. And like I said before, it's harder when you're older to find friends. So there was 4 people in my friend group. So we went around and we did everything together. Problem is, there was one I spent more time with, who I've actually mentioned in the How to Get Girls video. Now, we would ring each other every single day when we got home from school. Even though we've been at school with each other, we'd ring each other every fucking day after. And now what's happened was he got with a girl and he's pushed me aside. And now every time he gets a girlfriend, he pushes me to the side and everyone else to the side. And we've just had enough. And we've said, look, you're not going to treat us right. We've got to get rid of you. I'm cutting off access to you. Goodbye. So before that, we had a friend. There was something not right about him. He was always kind of angry and upset, and we'd ask what's wrong. He would never tell us. And that got boring real quick. So we cut off ties. 10 years later, and this was literally a week ago, I get a message from Pete, my other friend, saying that guy wants to meet. And for me, I'll listen because it's been 10 years. So we meet at the pub, and I just have a Diet Coke, by the way. He sits down. Then he told us exactly why he was like that growing up. And you know what? That was probably one of the best conversations I've ever had in a friendship group. It was 3 of us sitting there and we were feeding in perfectly. The conversation was incredible, right? And it's bizarre because we've all had time away from each other, okay? When we come back, we're still on the same self-help journey. We're still trying to get to the 2.0 versions of ourselves separately. And I will have both of them on because I'm going to do a podcast at some point with my co-host Jason, who you haven't met yet. And he's got a very different approach to me and it works perfectly. So it'll be us 2 on the podcast as co-hosts. We'll get Pete in, we'll get Joe in. The guy's called Joe. They're really good guys. They will bring so much knowledge to you. So we've talked about where to find friends, how to kind of get friends. And now we need to talk about how to maintain friends. And now it's this simple. All you have to do is water the relationship. Water your friendship. By watering, I mean give time. You have to put in time for your friendship to work, to thrive. Many guys I know will literally put their girlfriends first that they've just met a week ago. Like I said, it happened to me. Now that's 20 years of friendship and someone they met a week ago goes in front. I get it. Girls have that effect on us, but still, you should make time. Put it this way, right? You're so excited to be with this girl that you're with her every single day. Your friend asks you if you want to do something. You're like, no, I can't. I'm with my girl. You make that a habit. She sees that. So when you finally want to go out with your mate, she's going to be the one that gets upset. And you've created that. You have to make time for your friends. It's very important. And it doesn't have to be that way either. If your mate's got a girlfriend and you've got a girlfriend, you go on double dates. So you get to see your bro and you get to chill out with your girlfriend. Keep them both happy, innit? I do that with my friend from work. I also go to the cinema with him now and then. And my other mate from work joins. So I've got several friends at work that like doing several different things. I've got Jason, I go around there for workouts and he teaches me Muay Thai, which you'll see a lot more of on this channel. So I've got a very small circle of friends, but them friends are good. And I know they've all got my back and I've got theirs. And I try my hardest to give them as much worth as I humanly can. I want them all to level up and I want them all to have the best life. And if I can provide that and help them, then I will. And that's the difference between losing friends and keeping friends. I felt very undervalued for one of my friends. He's gone now. My best friend that I thought that I could do anything with, he's gone now. And the guy we grew up with who just wasn't right is now a good friend again. So I lost a friend, but I gained a friend who brings me up. And another thing, listen to your friends when they're telling you stuff. If it's about a crazy girlfriend or something like that, you have to listen to them. You got to think they're spectators, they're watching it. They can see both sides. You're just a one-dimensional being, so you can't see both sides of the story. You can only see you, yourself, and I looking out. I think going forward as well, I'm going to make some kind of platform for people who want to find friends and be better and enjoy this channel where we can go and we can all talk to each other, because I really want to get invested with you guys. I want you guys to be my friends as well. I want to elevate you guys. So drop me a comment. So who knows, you could be a friend to me. Friends are just people you haven't met yet. That's pretty cool. And the thing is, if you think you're too late for it, chances are you haven't lived your best life yet. And look at it this way. However old you are now, think of how long you've roughly got left in terms of if you were to die at 70. There's still so many people that haven't come into your life yet. Well, I've lived 31 years. I've got my whole life again until I'm 61. And I think of how many people I've met in that time, and I'm hoping I meet even more. So who's going to be my friend at age 60? When you look at it like that, it kind of gives you the bigger picture. But saying that, life is too short. So take those risks. Talk to the people that you want to talk to. Don't be scared that you're at risk of looking like a weirdo or something like that. At least you would have done it. Worst case scenario, all they're going to do is reply to you bluntly. Then you get the hint and walk away. Best case scenario, you've made a new friend. So I hope this video has helped you figure it all out. I've kind of hit it from every angle. It should be solid so you kind of get the idea. Also, I said about leaving me a comment. Why don't you leave other people comments? Talk to each other on there. That's what it's for. Help me out if someone's being a dickhead, yeah? But on a serious note, we need more friends, considering COVID was a lonely time and everything's getting harder in life. We need friends to become the 2.0 versions of ourselves. We can learn so much mixed with everything in the videos. So on this channel now, we've talked about books, we've talked about how to get girls, we've talked about habits that you can smash or habits that you can make. We're well on our way to becoming the 2.0 versions of ourselves, aren't we? Now we're talking about getting friends. Now just think of it this way. You get 5 new friends. 5 new friends could give you 5 more different experiences that you've never had and open up ridiculous amounts of doors for you. Amazing opportunities that you never had before. Keep everything that I've said in mind. If you don't understand anything, go back and watch it and try and figure it out, because these little formulas that I've given you really do work. They're from personal experience. I hope you found the information you were looking for and more. From me today, that's it. Take care, my Stoic Vikings.